No one expected the Underlord. Now the Sniper, I mean, they don't have very much clothes, do they? Who are you guys favoring?
I really like this Sniper pickup. I think Bloodlusted Sniper, that's like pretty much the way to stall the game out.
Because he gets out of range of the Medusa very well, so he can deal with him.
Yeah, he doesn't have to worry about the Stone Gaze being used, right?
Or the Underlord damage reduction either.
Yep, that either. So it's going to be entirely on the Doom to have a really good game, and he's their only gap closer to threaten the Sniper. And that's a really hard call for you to have to be able to jump on him, like Infernal Blade, run him down. Like there's going to be a lot of interference from Optic. I much prefer the Sniper last pick over this weird Doom core.
All right, sounds like we have 3 people standing on top of the green wall. Hopefully, like Humpty Dumpty, they don't fall off it. We're going to throw it over to our casters. It is going to be Lyrical and Lumi.
Oh, Grant, that was one of the best puns I've ever heard. Lumi, it's happening. Optic, Penta, it's all coming down to this in the semifinals. How you feeling? Do you like the drafts?
I like it for both sides. I do side with the panel. I think Optic does have the better draft, and that last pick Sniper was fast.
Right.
It almost came in. They almost came in with like that strategy in mind. Obviously does have some late game implication that it's good against the Dusa, it's good against the Pit Lord, but to me, I think they just wanted a hero.
Yeah, no, definitely. And being able to hold high ground, that was one of the things that we were sort of thinking about is they looked like from Penta, they wanted to try and push the tempo early. So we'll have to see how it ends up working out. Very curious to see where everybody ends up going on with which heroes. But as far as like the whole series is concerned, everybody's kind of come into this feeling like Optic were the pretty heavy favorites. Do you think that they have a chance here, Penta, in usurping them there?
They do. I think the panel thought that it was closer than what a lot of the fans think, and even PBD themselves did expect Penta to maybe even be in the finals. Of course, as the brackets lined up, that won't be possible, but I think this is going to be a very close matchup.
Absolutely. Well, we can see people moving out across the map. Laning configurations, always a little bit of a question when you've got 1,010,000,000 weird heroes. But as far as like anything that you really want to avoid for either team, is there any matchup that's just awful?
I think most heroes could take care of themselves just fine. The Doom in particular might have a little bit of tough time, but he is the safe lane Doom here. So to answer your question, I think all should be okay. I do want to touch up a little bit about the Sniper versus the Dusa matchup. Dusa, Mystic Snake on the mid lane is going to be really tough. For most heroes, Sniper could outrange it. But in this case, it looks like it might be the PL mid instead. And for him also, you could easily just double ganger away from the Mystic Snake. So however which the way that Optic does decide to lane it, they should have a very good anti-Dusa matchup.
All right, well, we'll have to see how that all works out. PyCat heading over towards the bottom lane, it looks like. And of course, the other big hero that we got to keep our eyes on in this is going to be Soxka playing on this Bounty Hunter, moving around the map. He's already got the Orb of Venom, and now just making Oliver's life hell. Look at this. Already down to half HP.
Yeah, that's going to pressure his salve. He might need to send one up. That would delay his Ring of Aquila.
Well, and also now PPD coming into the mid lane on the Ogre. They're just going to have the healing going throughout all this to be able to mitigate the damage. But honestly, PPD's an Ogre. He doesn't care about anything. He's just going to come up and punch people.
Going to be hard to punch 2 range heroes, though.
Yeah. Well, Sniper again. They're just sitting there in the mid lane. The Bounty Hunter has opted to head down bottom, where it looks like it's going to be the Undying and the Underlord facing off against the PL, and that also looks like it might be a little bit tough for PyCat down there.
Not only is it tough for PyCat, it's also going to be a very tough game for the Bounty Hunter, which I think is the reason why they picked the Pit Lord on the bottom side. I think the panel was asking exactly what does a Bounty do. It's very different from a standard position for a hero. A successful Bounty game looks like that you into a lane, a weak one, and then you go in there and stab and punish repeatedly. But in this game, I don't think Soxka actually has a good kill lane. You can't kill bottom. You can't really kill mid. And top lane might be the only lane that you could kill, but that's a Doom with Scorcher. So I'm not exactly sure how Soxka is going to be able to find his experience.
Yeah, and he also ended up losing that one Sentry Ward. Didn't connect on the Sentry Ward that was placed down. RMN already taking a lot of damage with the creeps there and the shrapnel, but he is going to be able to walk away. And yeah, that Bounty need to be very careful here, even with the help of PPD, as well, they get the Ignite off to start it, but Boogie's not afraid of anything. He's just going to punch him in the face and force him back while they get ready to battle over this Bounty rune, and they're going to have to content themselves with just the one on the Bounty. CC in the meantime, been able to put a little bit of a hurt onto the Dusa so far. 7-1 versus 7-2. And just looks like across the way, it's just a very even game. The big difference maker is, of course, Zai, who's going 11-8 in comparison to the 2-0 of Doom. Nine's having a rough game.
Yeah, I'm very surprised by that. Of course, Doom is one of those heroes that could catch up very easily. Once he gets to level 15, you could take up the GPM talent essentially for your Devour, and you just rocket far ahead. And I think that's one of the biggest draw of actually having a safe lane Doom. You do get your levels very quickly.
RMN here gonna maybe go down. He's able to just barely get that TP out of there, but not able to find anything still with this Bounty Hunter. Do you think that they're still okay with this Optic, or are they at all concerned that this Bounty isn't getting too involved?
I would be concerned if I'm the Bounty Hunter player here. He definitely will need the Tomb of Knowledge to actually get to his level 6. I doubt even he will get level 6 by level 10, by minute 10, excuse me.
Zai just being bloodlusted. They do have that Bounty Hunter here, and maybe trying to put a little bit of pressure, but of course the rotation comes in. DNZ just going to force them back and dance in their face a little bit as they try and keep everybody from Optic away from that Doom. 3.5 minutes in, Underlord leading the CS charts. Again, a slight lead going to the favor of Penta as Arm and PPD are going to battle off over here by the mid lane.
It's a very passive game, and the danger for both sides is if you fall behind a laning stage, there's very little you could do to actually go for a catch-up. I think both teams' lineup is built to just kind of passively AFK farm, so these kind of early game CS does actually matter more than usual. Bottom lane, Pycat doing a lot onto Boogie. Boogie has a magic stick, but Pycat is going to make him use it here.
Yeah, that's the salve used as well, so call that a win, and if Pycat wants to, he can just throw out another Phantom Lance there in just a little bit. RMN taking some damage here as well. There is a regen rune, which it looks like the Bounty will be able to pick up. And, well, nothing coming easy for RMN. He's just going to sort of waddle away towards the mid lane as the Bounty keeps on just punching him, and, well,
hit him again, yeah.
That's about the end of it.
Good harass.
That's a sad life for a Witch Doctor. Just walking between lanes, not really able to get that much done. Is there any team that you feel like really needs to get more done in this early stage, or do you think that both teams are just really content to farm away?
I think both teams are actually happy with what they're getting. Perhaps at Doom, not as much, because he is, you know, falling a little bit behind, but the top side here, 9 is actually going in on Zai. Zai is very low.
But the Bounty Hunter looking for the Courier Snipe. Going to be able to find it one time. Not the second, though. They get the shield off.
Zai in a lot of trouble.
Top lane, they do find that kill.
Yep.
All right, Penta making it happen early on here. Getting a little bit of love from the crowd as well. As Oliver is going to punch one time on that Bounty Hunter, revealing that there was some vision. And well, again, they're just able to force him back. Penta keeping things stable.
Yep. Very good choice of creep selection here by 9 up in the top lane. Went for the Mana Burn creep. Not something you see too often. 9 times out of 10, if you dive a Brewmaster under his building, and if he has clap mana, you're not going to kill him. But of course, 9 was able to set up that gank previously by, well, burning all his mana, and then made that kill much easier to come by.
I like that. 9 times out of 10 for 9. Great use of the language there. Oliver, in the meantime, again, going to get just pummeled in the mid, and Assassinate's going to come through as well. That really sucks again for Oliver, but the Witch Doctor's there to heal him up again. Well, 6 minutes in, still very, very even game. Everybody getting what they want right now. It does really look like Optic is coming out on top, though, with all the CS. The big loser, again, is just that Doom.
Yep. Doom, again, he is going to be able to catch up once he hits level 15. And that I want to actually kind of talk about the long, big game plan for both teams, because nothing's really happening here. On one side, you got Penta, who could stack Ancients, right? If you look at them, they have Medusa that could take it very easily.
Top lane, though, they're actually going to go on a 9. They pop the ulti for this as well, trying to bring him down, but the heal comes in, and well, he's diving pretty deep for this. The lift up of the Doom, 9, still falling. He's getting the regen coming in from the Scorched Earth, but the Bounty Hunter comes in as well. They're going to take him down. Another kill. Optic smelling blood and biting on it.
The big difference is there, Zai was able to hit level 6 before the Doom, and as a result, popping that ultimate for that quick kill. But as I was saying, talking about the macro game plan, Penta could farm Ancients. I mean, Radiant can too, but not as efficiently and as easily. PBD might be a little bit of trouble on the mid lane. as he is being forced away. The answer to the ancient farming is the fact that you do have Bounty Hunter, which essentially could generate gold out of thin air, right? Like out of kills. So for both sides, I think Penta, they just want to kind of slow down the game and just stack and farm. Whereas in Optic, in a certain point, they need to start looking for kills.
And the unfortunate situation with all this rotations has meant that Penta supports haven't really been able to stack up those Ancients as much as they might have wanted to. As, again, Bounty scouting for something, not going to find it, but there is a ward there. And Bounty Hunter's going to need to take a different route out of there. Doom used top lane. Well, they'll find themselves Zai and Brewmaster going to start to fall here. Should be a kill coming in as Penta strike back a little bit. As CCNC kills Oliver mid lane, a big dive there.
Yeah, Oliver, I think, is going to be the sour point here for Penta. He's not getting stacks. He's being very pressured on the mid lane, and he's also eating up a ton of RMM's time, and he's still dying. So I think one bright spot, very much so for Optic, is going to be that mid lane. I'm surprised that RMM hasn't been stacking the Ancients close to mid lane.
Now a little bit of a different one as Boogie here, dropping low, is going to barely get out of there in time.
Man, that's Doubt Shield saving lives.
For sure. Especially against the all those illusions being created. But, well, 2-2 now. A little bit of a gold lead for Optic. But really, it's these cores that are coming online, whereas you're seeing the, like you said, not really the build-up there from Penta yet.
Underlord has the Vanguard queued up. I do wonder if he's going to complete it to Crimson, because Crimson versus Illusions is, you pretty much ignore all the PL illusion damage once you have that activated, but it is a very costly item to build as a first year major item. We'll see if what Boogie does.
Well, Lumi, people always talk about winning all three lanes, and right now they're at least winning two and coming out even on the other. As the smoke, not going to go there. They missed the dust as well. Trying to figure out what the heck is happening. Is Oliver getting dove underneath the tower? They go for the Bruce Split as well, trying to bring down that Deuce. Not able to get off an ulti or anything else like that. There is a lift up on the Witch Doctor. He's got his heels going and trying to find any type of a kill yet. Still nobody dying yet. Bounty Hunter coming very close to it. Underlord finally not going to get brought down there as they're starting to get that kill. RMN almost dying, almost going down, but the coconuts bouncing around, and looks like he's going to be able to maybe make it to safety. He's slowed down yet again. The healing doing so much work for him, but he does finally fall. Only one hero killed in all of that.
Yeah, they committed a ton for that as well. I think CCNC had an Assassinate channeled up for that kill, but I think he got disrupted by Nine's Inferno Blade. We even saw DNZ actually denying the Tombstone himself, so they even lose the gold on there. I think in that team fight, you saw the strength of the Voodoo Restoration from Witch Doctor. I mean, he just kept everyone alive for such a long time. 2
points in it, none in Maledict. And that's tended to be the build that we don't see that often anymore. It's been much more, like, sometimes even going for, like, maxing out Maledict first.
Good recognition this game. This game isn't really about kills, so the Voodoo Restoration was going to be the better build, and then we saw exactly why it was the better build in that engagement. Quick check-in here for Saxa, his levels. Very close to 6. In fact, I'm not sure if they have the Tome of Knowledge available. In fact, if he pops it, he will have 6. And that's a pretty okay timing, given the fact that he wasn't able to participate in too many kills.
Yep. And they've decided to send Oliver over to the other side. The rotation down bottom for Pycat. It's not going to happen as they're trying to find that kill on a bounty, and Tombstone is down over to the side, but it's only one zombie chasing. Bounty Hunter still walking away and is eventually going to be brought down. No. Maybe he can get him with a decay if he pops a stick, but it's on cooldown.
Very close call.
Oh, man, that damage on the PPD as well.
Penta, though, going to take a tier 1 bottom, which is actually not something you see too often, especially with the Pit Lord. Able to pressure, force the PI out of the lane. At the same time, though, CCNC taking the mid-tier 1 tower. I think that's going to be the bigger win for Optic there as well.
Yeah, look at how forward he can play there. He's not afraid of anything right now, honestly.
And he doesn't need to be. What initiation power does Penta have at this point, right? You're looking at here like Witch Doctor. I mean, Doom maybe if he has the Dark Char Warlord, which 9 does. But until Penta picks up some sort of very reliable initiation item, like a Blink Dagger on Doom or maybe a Shadow Blade on Doom, CCNC gets to play however risky he wants to play.
And the Bounty Hunter does have 6 now, but it's going to be more pressure onto this tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. They have a catapult with this as well. Boogie is very, very tanky. So he can soak up a lot of the tower hits while that catapult just goes to work. But have they overstayed their welcome? Zai coming in. He's going to pop the ulti, immediately going for that Doom. They're trying to bring him down. They've already lifted up the Underlord as well to decide to assassinate. But he's so freaking fast. Has the drums and the phase boots. Now Boogie moving over. They're going to get the lift up as well, but they're all trying to walk inside of that ulti, and they just going to be brought away.
Another Brewmaster split use and unable to accomplish anything. And I think that actually goes into the item purchases of Penta. Very smart item choice. I already mentioned the Vanguard parts. That's coming out in the Underlord. He has it finished now. Very tanky. And look at what Doom's queuing up. He is going for a pipe next. Yeah. They're not going to kill anybody very quickly, and their goal is to just outlast people. You got Tombstone generating zombies. You got everyone tanking. And hopefully Dusa will be the last piece of the puzzle, being able to output enough damage. And that is the concern for Penta, is Oliver is just so underfarmed.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at this, though, it is a kind of a nice answer. I really feel like this Witch Doctor pick, we've seen it a couple of times to be the answer to Brewmaster, where you don't do that much damage in a burst, and then you just pit Lord out of there. Why not? But he is being stalked right now as well, as they've brought in DNZ, CCNC, the Coconuts, maybe going to bounce back and forth as they get a little bit of a shuriken toss bounce and actually going Penta, just going to get brought down. CCNC with the double kill.
Yeah. The other problem with that game plan that I mentioned for Penta, is to tank it up, it's generally not very good against Sniper. Like, you could tank as much against Sniper as you want, but he'll output enough damage eventually to kill you. One of the best ways to kill Sniper is to get up on his face, which, like I mentioned earlier, Penta isn't really itemizing for that part. And I do wonder, what is their game plan against CCNC? Because currently I'm not seeing it. Yeah. He has a free game to me.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one, definitely. And maybe need to go for like Shadow Blades or Blink Daggers, but even that's not great because you're going to tend to have the vision advantage with the Bounty Hunter on your team. So a lot of work here for the Penta lineup. Next couple of minutes, how do you see this working out for each team? It's a 3,000 gold lead. They got Track online.
I think we're going to see a lot more still like passivity from both sides. Maybe Optic is going to go group up and go for a push or two. But for the most part, it's just kind of slow down in farming. And this is a stage of the game where Saksa's Bounty Hunter is very important. When both teams are being very passive, it's important to keep eyes on the enemy jungle, know where they're farming, know if they're stacking or not, know if they're actually grouping up for a smoke. So notice where Saksa is on the map right now. Very far in, dropping some very deep wards. And it doesn't matter if he doesn't get farm. It doesn't matter if he stays level 6 the whole game. All he has to do is just keep vision and keep tracks on.
Boogie there, scouting things out with the Invis rune, but CCNC not wanting to stick around for that much longer. The rotation's coming in from the Bounty. Does have eyes onto DNZ there, so they know that there's the Undying ready to back up the Doom if things start to go down. Movement in, looking for 9, seeing if they can chase him here, but they come back around and trying to heal him back up. Is going to be able to live through this 9, not long enough as CCNC gets the dominating streak. Double kill for him, in fact. Now Boogie rotating in. They do get out a ton of damage, though. The Medusa there, able to make it happen, but CCNC able to walk away. Still a couple of quick kills. And now Boogie needing to get the rest of his team out of dodge before things start to fall further apart. RMN taking the assassinate to the face is barely going to be able to get out of there.
2 for 2 trade, but I think that's going to be an Optic victory considering that there was multiple track kills on engagement. And again, CCNC stood in the middle team fight. In fact, he was very far in, was not punished at all. Again, they just don't have a way to deal with that sniper. And I think that might just be their doom. I know we're only 15 minutes in, but that was a 5v4 team fight. PL wasn't even there, and Optic wins that fight handily.
I wonder how much that changes if Boogie was there, like right at the start with the Crimson Guard that he's got completed at this point, if it even ends up mattering. But yeah, they just evaporated in the middle of that fight.
Yep.
Well, level 9 on this Bounty Hunter now. They break the smoke and just gonna skedaddle on out of there. No way to chest up to that Bounty. Phase Boots Bounty.
All of the stuff that Saksa is doing right now doesn't add up on the scoreboard, but it's a big reason why they're going to be winning so hard.
Well, and he doesn't have a TP right now, but there's no real other detection that's been placed out around this area. So again, Optic just with a pretty dominant lead at this point. He's even going to steal this creep away. Oh, God, sure. That feels bad for our men. Content himself with that small one. Lumi. 7-4, 16 minutes in. Oliver's going for that Mask of Madness. They want to try and catch up. What does that look like for Penta? How do they do it?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly they could do. They can't really split push because their heroes are not built for that. I think 9 has to give up finishing his pipe and just go for a Shadow Blade or Blink. And just make Optic afraid. Because right now they get to farm wherever they want.
Yeah. And every move that they make is just preemptively scouted out by the bounty hunter. They don't even feel comfortable coming to try and save this Boogie. I mean, this is a tanky hero, but if he's not careful, he might just get ran down. Pycat there. Bloodlust, assassinate, every dang thing thrown at him. They are going to get the Doom off, though. They managed to get the wraparound onto CC. This is looking okay. Witch Doctor ultimate as well. They're able to take down one. Can they find any more? Pycat going to get caught by the Stone Gates. Good play right there by Penta, and he is going to get ran down for the moment. Good usage as well. That Phantom Rush is Pycat's going to be able to make his way out.
PPD might be in a little bit of trouble as well. Do they have any more disable? Pit of Malice. Looks like they don't have the mana for that. And
I mean, this track movement speed, it's just making all the difference in the world right now for Optic.
Yep. Looks like they might lose the tier 1 tower here as well. With the sniper dead, they don't really have any way to defend that tier 1.
Now they're going to use the glyph, but it's no real avail as it looks like Bounty trying to find... Oh! Back for him.
Gets a courier.
Oh,
Very nicely done.
The pipe as well. Oh, that hurts.
On the bottom side, Zai's taking a tier 1 as well. So even though Optic essentially lost that fight, they're still getting more, and they're pinstering them in, but there comes the Uber. They're all going home.
Now, time to get out of there to the bottom tower. Nobody's there, though, to try and take the fight. It's just going to be a defense of the tower and spread out to farm.
So I think Optic definitely overstayed their welcome up on the top lane. Sniper was very aggressive, and he was fighting in a position where they didn't have vision and got surprised.
Oh my god, this feels real bad. Oliver is just getting pummeled under his tower, and well, they get the lift up on the Witch Doctor, was able to get the heals off. This is a very ambitious move by Zai, and he is going to be forced to run away after the fact. Another track should mean that he gets out of here. Another lift up, needs to get the blink away. Can he actually do it? That guy's pretty good at Dota.
Yep. And by doing so, he is creating space for mid and top. Pycat's pushing it at CCNC's, forcing out a glyph on a tier 2. Even though that was a Brewmaster split used, and it didn't really do anything, space was created. And I think on the left side of the map, well, the net worth graph really tells the tale of what this game is happening. Penta's just being split apart, and they're just getting out-economied.
Now, this is bullying going on right now. Again, Pycat going to send those illusions in, basically under the tier 3 tower, and there's not a whole heck of a lot that 9 can do. My goodness gracious! Oh, that just feels so bad, getting ran at like that under the tower, and there's no way to punish it.
Yeah, I mean, rarely you see pro players in pro games being able to be so far up in, but they recognize, like, this is their game. They could do whatever they want.
Yeah. Well, they're going to head off and basically farm up all the jungle. You look at the map right now, and Penta is just all in this tiny little area together.
Yep.
And Optic has the rest of it to themselves. That is their zone, and that's it. That's all they get.
Penta's got very good deep wards up on the Optic side of the map, but those wards are essentially useless because they're never actually there, right? And strategically wise, this also means if Optic, let's say, loses a fight right here on the bottom tier 2, they won't lose any objectives. I mean, Penta might get, let's say, 2 kills. By the time they get the wave across to the other tier 2, Optic will be alive to defend their own tower. So
Boogie needs to pop his ultimate right now. He does manage to get it off.
He should be fine. Oh, I say that. Oh my god. All right. He forgot to pop his Crimson. That's why he took so much damage.
Well, and Oliver now just again being hit underneath the tower. While all 4 of those heroes are there, they'll get the D ward, but it's, again, just so much room. And 8,000 net worth lead right now as Zai takes the mid-tier 2 tower, just punching it as a Brewmaster, and there's no response at all.
So Zai is going for a Radiance. Not exactly a very common item build, but very fat Brewmaster does end up getting this item for 2 reasons. Number 1 is that your Earth Bruling still carries the Radiance aura in the actual fights, so even when you split, you still have the Radiance. And second is that your first hit of your Drunken Brawler is a guaranteed crit after a while. So you could blink in, let's say, to the Witch Doctor, give him a big old crit, and then pop your split, and you still get the full effectiveness of that item.
This smoke was spotted underneath the ward over there by the Ancients, and it could still bear fruit as Zai is here, but does have the Blink Dagger as well. He's right by the shrine. Penta, you do not want to dive underneath that.
That courier might get caught on the way back. Anybody microing that?
Probably more valuable than PPD at this point, considering his net worth. But, well, they do find him. Able to connect and catch him here as well. No TP available. And that is going to be a free kill, I think. He's walking away.
He's
or not.
Jiving. He could even ward right now if he wants. He's cool.
Okay, he's just going to walk away from them, I guess. That's fine.
They even blast the siege unit. It's like, Bugatti, get up on that building, dude.
All right. PPD just going to be able to walk away from that. And we thought he was dead before. Fire blast. And he is going to be rained down. That was weird.
That one's on PPD, dude.
All right. Oliver now going to get caught yet again. CC and there. My goodness.
Yep.
The damage. It ain't looking good.
Saxa's got his upgraded urn, the Spirit Vessel, which... Oh, is he going to get the courier? Looks like he didn't see it. The Spirit Vessel, very good against both Doom as well as Voodoo Restoration from Witch Doctor. Just really limits their effectiveness in these fights.
Yeah, Doom, definitely. It's a tough one. And, well, if he's not careful, might just get ran down again by CCNC. He has just been a dominant force in this game, while the rest of his team is just farming on the other side of the map. There's just basically no hope at this point right now for Penta unless they get a couple really big kills. But it's in towards Roche.
I think one of the things that panel is going to talk about is what should they have picked instead of this Pit Lord. Because they really need some sort of initiation hero, like Think Slot or Tide, Axe. Something that could let them fight, right? Mm-hmm. So far, this Pit Lord, as well as he did in the lane stage, to me right now offers very little.
Yeah. Well, Zai is here to bully back Boogie. And Boogie, does he have mana for his ulti actually? It looks like he will, so he can get out of there and bring Armen with him. But the unfortunate part is that it is going to be the Aegis going to CCNC, so Optic can continue their spree through the lanes, all of the tier 2s except for the one bottom taken, and Radiance on Brew. It's time to party. Well, Lumi, sometimes we ask this question, what does that ideal team fight look like for Penta right now? Because they need that and probably more, but if they could find the perfect team fight, what does it look like?
Penta uses Stone Gaze, and Optic all just faces Dusa.
Okay.
And then everybody gets stunned, and then you kill them.
All right, I like it. I can dig it. Again, the Bounty Hunter able to scout out the movements of Penta. They do have ice armor on him, but the root, the Rod of Atos, the catch is there. Maybe a chance, maybe a kill. He's running rather fast.
He's dead. Yeah.
Looking like he's going to die to the Maledict. They get on the board again. It's been a while.
That kill has literally zero relevance in the state of this game, simply because his worth is way too low, so Penta won't earn too much gold from it. And before he died, he also got full vision of the entire enemy team. So the rest of his allies know where to farm, where to not be.
Look at this. Zai is just running at him, almost able to take down RMN. He's underneath this shrine, had to be forced to use it, and he's just going to almost die here. Does he end up going down? They've got the Panda punching. They've got the Fire Spirit there being caught, though, and that will keep RMN alive for the moment.
I think he might be dead.
Assassinate, almost gone. He's still got the heals coming in. He's trying to stay alive, and, well, he does eventually fall. CCNC gets the finish. DNZ caught outside of the base as well. It's all falling apart for Penta. They're gone. Oh, God, Lumi, make it stop.
Oh, it's going to end soon. Let me tell you, Optic gearing up to actually push the high ground. They could push top, they could push mid, wherever they want. And this is gearing up to be one of the most technical outdraft there is, right? The fact that PPD just snap picked that sniper, recognizing that there is no punishment.
No answer.
And if Optic doesn't actually get this lane of racks right now, there's no hurry. Like, they could just wait.
Yeah, incredibly happy to keep this game going. 9 out of mana, Boogie out of mana. Oliver is soon to be out of mana as well if he sticks around for too long. Tower down to half HP. And everything right now just going the way of Optic, who have thoroughly outdrafted and outplayed Penta in game number 1. My goodness. I don't think we've seen a stomp this bad in this tournament so far. This is rough.
Yeah. And Dire is just so kind of pincer that they are... Oh,
maybe a chance. Okay, but they get the catch away, trying to push him out of there. Aegis is going to end up being used. Now, can they turn the second round of this? Everybody's showing up for this. PyCat trying to make it happen as well. They immediately CCNC is going to be controlled for the moment. Brought down to low HP. They do find that kill. Dead for 60 seconds. Can they find any more? Zai gets hit by the Maledict. Running him down, but they don't have any way to chase. Don't have any way to kill. The Doom is there. Oh, it's going to end up being a lot of damage there. On to 9.
Okay, he's fine.
All right. They make it work. Penta pulling things back a little bit. Now, can they get away without losing any other heroes?
Looks like they should be fine. Tracks continuously being thrown out. In fact, Optic thinking about going back in. PyCat going right on RMM. They're going to try to ultimate out, but he's going to die so fast. They turn around. Zai's actually going to drop low, but he pops his ultimate right before he died. Now, the crowd control is going to come out. Oliver, the next one to go down. Saksa coming in, looking for the kill. They will get it. Now they go on 9. 9 says 9. Let me get out there. But he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to get brought down. Back and forth they go. Optic not letting a single person to run away. That's 4 dead. 4 track kill. Make that 5. Boogie wants to join his friends in the grave as well. Do they have any more tracks? Yes, they will. Looks like Optic's going to run out of damage. In fact, PPD's going to die to Boogie.
I mean, but PPD doesn't care about dying. That's his life nowadays. Is Boogie going to be not ran down? He manages to get away on 90 HP. He's been Boogie his way on out of there.
All right. I like the wordplay.
Thank you. Well, still a 13,000, 12,000 net worth lead. And CCNC, he's pissed off about it. Yep. He's going to run at RMN with no regard for human life. Kills off Witch Doctor. And now just going to get out of there as well.
PyCat taking top tier 3 as we speak. Mid lane's being pressured in as well.
Well, he catches them. Gonna have to doppelganger away.
But notice how different the team fight is once Penta got some sort of initiation. That fight was started with a Doom from a Shadow Blade, right?
Yeah.
If they could actually do that a couple more times, punish CCNC, the sniper has to be the first person you kill. And after that, you have a shot in this team fight.
Well, and it's scary too because PyCat isn't even really online yet. He went for these Boots of Travel. He's got Diffusal Blade, but if you start thinking about him getting into the other items after the Lincoln Sphere, if he finishes off this Butterfly, he's going to be able to solo kill anybody on the map pretty much.
Yep. I really like the Lincoln choice as well because he understands unless he gets doomed, he pretty much is fine to the disables of Penta, which is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, and actually he switches it up now. Gonna think about going for a heart as well.
Okay.
But Bounty Hunter, doing what he's been doing best, continues to just scout out this Penta team, and now they're walking into trouble, walking into a lot of heroes. There is a shrine right here, but I don't know if it's going to even end up mattering. They're going to try and go for the Dark Rift out, but still Topman's so freaking low. DNC manages to get out there, but they left Oliver all alone. The Medusa doesn't have anybody else to help him out. Does have a Hurricane Pike to try and get away from there. CCNC almost dead, but Oliver realizes he's in too deep. Maledict not going to be enough to kill him off, and Oliver going to go down. 4 dead for Penta. Lordy, lordy, it's looking rough.
The problem that engagement is that the Pit Lord wasn't able to use his Crimson Greaves, or Crimson Guard, excuse me, in the actual fight, where it will reduce a ton of PL's damage, mitigate Sniper's damage. But I mean, even if he popped it, I'm not sure if it would have made a big difference.
Walking forward again, Optic just going to jump at Boogie and force him back. They do have a buyback on Dusa, but I don't know if they really want to use it. That basically, well, they forced to use it now. Can they hold? Oh my god, Zai jumps forward. Let's get hit by the stun, but he's going to pop his ultimate now. There's a 3-cast Fire Blast. RMN very low, is going to die. They get the lift up on the Undying. Oliver turned around upon. They did manage to doom one. It's CCNC caught, and it looks like he might end up going down. They're still able to kite away for the moment, so he's going to do a lot of damage before he falls as Oliver gets hit by the boulder. Going to drop. CCNC is even going to die. He's living through it. Oh, it feels bad. Triple kill for Zai. They take him down, and that's going to be GG. Penta got destroyed.
Man, that was perfectly played in that small engagement. CCNC ran away in the beginning of the fight and then turned around to keep shooting to actually get life from his Mask of Madness. That was a very good engagement, but of course the bigger story of this game is the better drafting from Optic.
Yeah, they knew what they needed to do at every stage of the event, and you know, thinking about how